Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, April 12th at 10:09 a.m. Eastern Time. Just a little quick update. I did this in two different clips. One was done before the second part, where I start seeing or good discussing of the U.S. blockading the Hormuz Strait. Uh, we're going to be see some interesting stuff play out here, I think, because China's got a lot of money invested in this behind the scenes, and they are really, really hurting for energy and oil right now. So it's going to be interesting to see where they are. And if I could, please, if you see this, the new channel, give me a little help. Subscribe, like, comment. I'm trying here to learn the ropes, but pretty knowledgeable when it comes about politics and negotiations. So if you could, please stay till the end and you see that last bit of video I put in there. A video of Iran saying that they're going to fire on our Arleigh Burke-class destroyers. Sorry, I just find that insanely funny. They just don't realize what will be coming if they did something so stupid. So anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Again, this is being filmed on Sunday, April 12th at 10:10 a.m. Eastern Time. This is Brian in the center of the aisle. Everybody, it is Sunday, April 12th at 9:02 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to bring you another update when it comes to the Iran war here in the center of the aisle with Brian. So the U.S. team has already departed Islamabad in Pakistan. Vice President Vance basically says that they negotiated for 21 hours. They have not reached an agreement. Bad news for Iran. So they told Iran our red lines and what the U.S. would accommodate them on, and Iran wouldn't agree with it. Iran chose not to accept the U.S. terms. Iran refused to guarantee not to seek nuclear weapons. They left basically with their best and final offer, and there's nothing. They're already taking the signs down over there. I mean, they're I don't understand Iran really. Their internet's been down for 44 days. Who doesn't have internet anymore? They did that originally to make it inconvenient for the Iranians that reside there. But now I just think it's a fact that they don't have a way to get it back up because we've destroyed everything. It's just absolutely ridiculous at how stubborn Iran wants to be about something that should mean so much to them. And the to break it down even further, let's China plays a huge role in this behind the scenes that maybe not anybody's really broken down into a little bit of detail. Let me give you what I've done some research on and what I found out that, in 2021, China pledged a $400 billion investment over 25 years for oil, gas, and infrastructure in Iran. That's a lot of money over 25 years. They're Iran's largest trading partner. In 2025, they pledged. In 2025, they pledged another 9.96 billion. 31.2 billion of all this is crude oil. In 2021, they pledged over 400 billion over 25 years. Oil and gas, infrastructure, manufacturing. I mean, there's a lot of money coming from China to Iran. So it would be understandable why China's watching this so closely and why they're wanting to give them munitions to fight back at the U.S. Or maybe they don't want to be hurting anymore because their economy's in the tank. China's in the tank as well. They're not getting any oil. They have no energy. Gas prices are ridiculous. So despite all the larger pledges that over the 25-year periods, it has been much lower, but still they get most of their oil and energy from Iran. And what China doesn't like about it is Iran's instability. They're always so unstable, and it's always because they don't invest actually in the infrastructure that brings upon a better economy in Iran. They're more worried about weapons and missiles and nukes and buying all their high dollar bougie properties and uh, paying their proxies, and it's all about militant kind of living, and they do nothing for the citizens of Iran. They do nothing for them really. Um, they're Iranians are fed up with it. They're to the point where they would rather live in their homes instead of on the streets because they're scared of getting shot. They're the bombs that are coming over there. They'd much rather have us and Israel bombing Iran than live underneath Iran's thumb. And that's how it's been for 47 years. And they're tired of it. So behind the scenes, China's got a lot to do with it. So China could be doing one of two things. Obviously, they're either going to help Iran try and win against the U.S. or get us out of there, or they're going to capitulate and say, hey, you know what? You need to do something, and you have to get this done and over with because we can't afford to go on like this without any more oil. So that's where it stands at right now, ladies and gentlemen. My common sense, middle of the aisle Americans that do truly understand that sometimes you have to puff up your chest a little bit and stick it out and say, hey, we're not doing this anymore. You guys need to get off of those nuclear weapons. You need to open up that Strait of Hormuz or we're coming back in. So I do myself personally see the U.S. going back in with ground troops. And I see them taking Carg Island. I see them blowing up infrastructure and bridges and doing whatever it's going to take to bring this IRGC to their knees. Their economy's already just in the tank. We have so many sanctions on them. We've blown up their banks. We've seized all their money overseas. They have nothing. They're begging to get this money back. They were putting out false reports that the U.S. allowed them to have that money back. That's not true from what I understand. So we don't know what's true and fake news anymore. But here on Center of the Aisle, I'm only reporting out what I see, what I read. Anybody wants to go watch the interview with JD Vance, the points that I highlighted are in there. I didn't say it word for word or pro bono. I just wrote down the notes, and that's what it is. That's what he said out of his mouth. And so I'm not going to give you any fake news or nothing like that. I will give you my opinions on certain things, but I'll let you know if it's my opinions. So with all that being said, all we can do is sit back and wait, right? And hope that Donald Trump is doing the right thing, and we're going to go back in and finish this. We can't leave it unfinished. I haven't heard of one analyst or one expert yet saying that we need to leave this alone and leave it unfinished, other than the Democrats that think that they're the experts. I can't imagine us investing all this time and money, lives lost, injuries, weapons, munitions, tanked. I can't see leaving. So with that, I'm out. Everybody, it is Brian in the center of the aisle. It is Sunday, April 12th at 10:06 a.m. Some breaking news just come out. It sounds as though that President Trump is going to blockade the Strait of Hormuz, so no oil can come in or out, seeing as how Iran did not want to figure out where they put their mines and did not want to negotiate during the talks. So with that being said, the president pretty much stated that they're going to block it. No one going in, no one going out until they get it cleared. And if Iran fires at any of their any of our warships, then we're going to decimate them. Pretty much is what it comes down to. Open source intel right here says Iran releases footage showing IRGC Navy ordering U.S. destroyers to turn away from the Strait of Hormuz, issuing a last warning before threatening to open fire. It's
Warship 121. This is SEPA Navy station. You must alter course and go back to the Indian Ocean immediately. If you don't obey my order, you will be targeted. Out.
This is Coalition Warship 121, engaged in transit passage in accordance with international law. No challenge is attended to you.
U.S. Navy warship transiting in the vicinity of Fojay Report and Oman Sea. This is SEPA Navy. This is SEPA Navy. Last warning, last warning, last warning. Attention all vessels, attention all vessels, attention all vessels in Oman Sea. This is Iranian Sepah Navy. If you see any warship in your vicinity, keep a distance more than 10 miles from them because I'm ready to open fire on them without any warning.
Wow, that's some threatening words. They're going to open fire on the U.S. warships. I don't know that I'd be doing that if I were them. I really don't know that that'd be a good idea. Those are some Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, and they are mean. They are seriously mean. So, with that being said, things are starting to heat up again in Iran. So it's taken Trump a little bit. It wasn't the avenue that I seen coming. I'm not sure it's going to work, but we're going to find out sure enough because Iran has the attitude they have nothing to lose. They've lost. They have no money. They have nothing. So, well, I mean, they're going to die. They already said they're willing to die for the cause, become unalived, whatever they want to say it. It is what it is. I would not be firing at warships if I was them. That would not be a smart move. With that being said, that's the last update for this for a little while. Let's see how this plays out. I'm out.